Hello, everybody. Welcome to Nintendo Pop Like here on Boss Network. I'm your host, the enlightened, excited ADV. Joining me is the one, the only, the bossman himself, Mr. Corey Deary.
Hello. Ed was expecting me to do my white country accent. I'm not doing it. I can't do it on this show.
You can't
I'll do it.
No,
this is a family show.
Yes. Let's just say, everybody, it was perfect. It just re-energized me for Pop Block. Oh, that was just so funny. But before we get into anything, first of all, want to say from the Nintendo Pop Block family and from Boss Rush, happy birthday, Grayson. You guys know him because it's Boss Rush. At the time of this recording, it is his birthday. So Grayson, we want to wish you the best of birthdays. We're so happy and thankful that you get to celebrate. Hopefully we'll see you sometime in the future, and everything. We still got to go out and get ramen and everything.
He got a really nice watch, and I'm like, maybe
watch.
I want one. Very jealous of your watch, Grayson. Congratulations. Yes. Happy birthday.
Yes. So, if you guys follow him, and you guys read his work on Game Rant as the Futures Guide, please show the man some love. So just wanted to get that out the way. But Corey,
yes,
how are you?
I'm exhausted, Ed. Thank you for asking. Well, there's just a lot of recording going on this week because I'm going on vacation next week, and next week is Boss Rush summer vacation, I guess we're calling it. And so there's not going to be any live content next week. I know we've kind of been spotty on this show too because of schedules and stuff, but don't worry, we got you an expansion pass out early, so congratulations, patrons. You get five early access expansion passes this month. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot going on. I'm trying to get it all finished and uploaded, and we're kind of changing the way we distribute some content, like standard definition and 1v1s and talk the walks. We're kind of integrating that all into one kind of bonus thing, just because trying to keep up with schedules for all this stuff is really hard. And if you're a patron, you're going to hear Ed and I did a founders kind of state of the network kind of discussion, in terms of the content side of things, like the podcast side. So you'll hear that, and we kind of do a little bit of a deep dive there, and I'm sure we'll kind of get into it a little bit on this show too. But just trying to get a bunch of stuff done, trying to figure out a way to get our we've kind of decided to come up with a Boss Rush handbook for people who contribute, and what each section of the business is and does, and who's working on that side of things, and reworking Patreon, and just kind of nailing down some, like we were kind of talking about earlier, Ed. Nintendo Power Block and Expansion Pass are in a great position right now in terms of the content side. We talked about playing around of adding an expansion pass, and we are definitely doing Ranking Nintendo. That has been a pretty decent hit on standard definition, and so since we're changing the way that show goes, we're moving Ranking Nintendo to Nintendo Power Block as a bonus thing.
Yes.
So look forward to that. I know we're going to kind of let these episodes trickle out that we've been doing every other week. So I think actually this is a week where you're going to get one on Friday. I think it's the Game Boy episode, maybe. I'm not sure. But yeah, that's
Game Boy Advance. Yeah.
We're just kind of doing some things, and I want to figure all this stuff out and get everything uploaded and posted and get everybody their passwords and everything. Knock on wood, nothing happens to me. But just in case something happens, and Ed, you should probably try to find a new co-host just in case something happens.
Oh no,
Yeah.
I would be sad.
No, I'm just kidding. Hopefully, but yeah, I mean it's been a busy week. It's been a busy month. Kind of feeling tired and a little burned out, but that's what summer vacation is for, to kind of recharge the batteries and
Hmm.
be more positive on coming out of it than I was going into it. And you know, I want like we were talking before too. Like my focus is Nintendo Power Block and making sure this content goes out correctly and right, and we do the best job we can getting Power Block and Expansion Pass and ranking Nintendo and anything else we just kind of decide to do right. Like I know we still need to do a spoiler alert on Death's Door, which we'll do when I get back from vacation.
Yes.
So yeah,
All right.
your camera's frozen there, Eddie V.
Can you see me? Am I?
You're just frozen, and you just got a nice big smile on your face, and the words are coming out of your non-moving mouth. Oh no, there he goes, and he's back. There he is. Yeah.
Yay.
How are you, Ed? How's life treating you? I know you've been working a lot.
Work has finally calmed down. It's we finally got a store manager, so I'm able to
Finally,
turn
huh?
things. Yes. I got kind of a new schedule with work, which doesn't interfere with Power Block. It doesn't interfere with expansion pass. Actually, it gives me time to actually do more for Boss Rush. Um, Definitely, if there's like a direct or something, I'll be able to kind of like watch it, be able to watch it when it comes out. And definitely just be able, if Corey is, free, I should say, at certain times during the day, and we are able to uh do a little recording, I should say.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be excited because I can't tell you when we did the expansion pass and we did I think it was the partners direct, right?
Mm-hmm.
I believe that we recorded and we literally was just it was a brand new feeling for us
Mm-hmm.
because it was just like we both were energetic. It created so many discussions and we literally and yes, you guys could both see the direct and that expression pass, but it really just like, man, during the day podcasting is like it's so cool and
Yeah.
everything. If you really get something hot and fresh, you get into it because like I literally left that conversation, Corey, like, man, this is stuck on my mind and I want to talk more about it, but sometimes you just can't. So my work schedule allows me to do that. It actually allows me to even write more. So you guys will be seeing more of my writing content coming back. And hopefully I could get back into optional and some other things. Try to get that back on Friday, and stuff. But the week that you guys are seeing this, I'm excited for Saturday because I finally, Corey, I know you're going on vacation, but I actually get to go to Six Flags,
Mm.
going with my family, and we're going to celebrate my nephew's birthday, and kind of my niece's birthday also. But I get on roller coasters and just have a good time. Hopefully, my sister, because last year I was telling one of my associates this. We got on this ride called the Goliath. It's a wooden roller coaster that goes upside down. It's kind of fast.
Mm.
So my sister was riding with me, and they lock your feet at when you get on it and you press it down and everything, and
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. You froze everybody.
oh no.
Nope, I hear you again. Nope, I hear you. You're good. It was just for a second.
Okay. Oh, okay. And she we were going up the hill. She's just like, ooh, this hill's going. because the hill goes up fast and we drops. So she's screaming. I'm having a good time. Her hair, when we get off the ride, her hair looks a hot mess.
Mm.
So it's just everywhere on her face. And we literally took a picture on, and we just like looking crazy because her hair was everywhere. She's just like, oh Lord, I'm dizzy. What happened to my hair? And it was just so funny. So I'm hoping for that again on the Goliath and
Wow.
everything. So I'm super excited to be getting on it. Hopefully the weather is good. Uh, Depending on what the weather is, I'll probably have my Power Block hoodie on. I'm definitely probably going to end up wearing my Boss Rush uh shirt there and everything. Kind of get some presence out there to be like Boss Rush Network. I'm like, yeah, like if you want to check it out, we got a website and we talk all things Nintendo stuff like that. But I gotta see, cause go ahead.
No, I was just say I said that's fun.
Yeah. So and then definitely kind of like get a ice cream funnel cake.
Mm.
We didn't get to make it a tradition. We didn't get to get one last year because it rained. So this year, I definitely want to get one. Uh, once I get off the Raging Bull, like one of the best coasters, once I get off of there, I'm like, okay, we got to get us Sunday funnel cake. All of us eat it, and then we could go. We could leave
Mm.
and everything. So. I'm excited for this weekend. It's something I definitely need. Definitely looking forward to a discussion that we're going to be having this Friday. I actually got to go watch the 2 movies. And dude, the suffering that I'm going to do with the first movie I got to watch.
Yeah. Mm.
But I'm literally going to watch it. I may actually go listen back to our AX episode with me, you, and Jesse, where we end up watching the movie and then end up talking
I can't
about
believe I can't believe out of all the things we've ever done, those stupid Ninja Turtle movie commentaries and like discussions are the most listened to things we've ever done.
That is true.
So.
I was listening to the first one and then I went to go listen to the second movie and everything. But future discussions and everybody, I would just say, I can't wait for that to happen. But yeah, that's kind of what's going on with me. Super excited. Can't wait to our inventory is over with at work. And I'll just be able to, man, enjoy games and other stuff to do. But with that, everybody, we're going to get into our Patreon producers. So we got to get them a good shout out. So Corey, let's shout out our Patreon producers.
Yeah. So you can be hold on, I'm trying to open the doc because I need to mark timestamps because I have not done great great thing in I haven't been great at this. So we're gonna put this here. Sorry everybody, I'm talking through my notes here. All right, so yeah, if you want to support Nintendo Power Block on Patreon, that's patreon.com/BossRushNetwork. You can do so. For $1 a month, you can get early access to 4 different shows. But if you want to be a Patreon producer at the $5 tier, you get early access plus your name shouted out right here on this here program, Ed. So without further ado, our Patreon producers for this episode of Nintendo Power Block are Quentin Jackson, Rebecca Jewell, Adriel Munger, my wife, Sana Dierig, Francisco Santillan, and Celeste Roberts. I want to thank all of our Patreon producers. I want to thank all of our patrons, and I want to thank all of our free listeners as well. Remember, if you are a free listener, subscribe to our YouTube channel, the Boss Rush Network YouTube channel, and leave us a 5-star rating or review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. It all helps with discoverability. We want to try to gain a larger audience. It really helps if you do that, and we appreciate it. Thank you. Yes.
Corey, I know we missed last week's episode.
We did.
Which is
I mean, last week
fine.
we just like, we had, Ed, what, you got called into work, I think, right? And then I wasn't gonna like try to find someone on the fly, so we just moved an expansion pass into that slot. See, this is what happens when you have expansion passes recorded in advance. You can just kind of move them all up a little bit. It's really nice.
So we took a break from.
The thing is, though, is like Ed and I don't want to miss a week. That's the thing, right? We don't want to miss a week. We don't want to miss a Wednesday. We want to have something for you every Wednesday at least, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so, even though we didn't have a real recording, we had some expansion passes, and it worked out, Ed. Really worked out.
It really did. I was watching that episode Wednesday, and just like, man, definitely Sunday's episode, but watching Wednesday's episode, I'm like, this feels like a power block, or even like a mini block. I'm like, this
it felt more like a mini than a expansion pass at that point.
Yeah.
Which, like, I guess we should probably explain what mini blocks are, because I'm sure we'll have a couple in the next couple months or so. Just because, sometimes if there's no news, we can just do a mini.
Mm-hmm.
Mini blocks are just kind of like larger expansion passes where we just kind of talk about certain things. You can look up our Metroid multiplayer.
Yeah.
Anyways, go ahead, Ed. Sorry, I didn't mean to like. This is what happens. This is what happens when I get tired. I just start rambling and ranting about stuff. Make me stop.
Everybody, of course, even though we missed it, it's back, baby. Snacktendo! Yes. So, Corey, what have you been snacking on?
Yeah. So this weekend we went back to Casa del Rio, and I got the super burrito again. And let me tell you, Ed, this thing was, you know how big these things are. This was the biggest one I've ever had. To the point where like bigger? They couldn't even wrap the whole thing. Like I unwrapped the foil. There was 3 pieces of foil on it, first of all. Second of all, they didn't even wrap the entire thing in the tortilla because it was so big. So like I'm like trying to fold it back together, and I flop it down on my plate, and I always eat it with a fork because it's just too big. But yeah, man, it was huge, man. It was so big. It was like the size of 2 Chipotle burritos. I'm not even kidding.
What did they add more meat and rice? Like,
so I don't know what all the, I mean, I don't know. That's the thing. I think they added a lot of rice. They had a lot of vegetables in there, which I really liked. I asked for extra cheese and extra salsa. And man, my mouth was so hot after that. But yeah,
you was a Charizard.
I got the chorizo chicken, which was very good.
Question about the chorizo: is that supposed to be spicy, like really hot?
It's got a kick to it. I don't know if it's supposed to be like super spicy, but it's definitely got like a kick to it.
Okay.
They have like 5 different types of chicken. I don't really understand why, but they have the chorizo chicken, the chipotle chicken, which the chipotle chicken is spicy and it's cooked with bacon.
Ooh, that sounds good.
It sounds better than it is. It's not the best. I actually used to get the chipotle chicken and I liked it, but then I got the chorizo chicken and it's actually better. And then they have just the generic grilled chicken, and then they have shredded chicken, which is also very good.
Yes.
In a taco salad or tacos, not necessarily a burrito. So I got that. I got the chorizo chicken with the grilled onions and jalapenos, like I always do. I didn't get beans this time. I usually get black beans, but I wasn't feeling the beans this time, Ed. Just wasn't feeling it. I got the grilled vegetables, which was like squash and zucchini.
Wait a minute. What?
Squash and zucchini.
I've never thought of no. I've never thought that would be in a burrito.
I mean it's usually not, but they just have like this weird mixture of grilled vegetables, and it's squash, zucchini, pepper, like red peppers, and tomatoes maybe, and onions.
See, red pepper, tomatoes, and onions, I would think it would be normal in it. But squash and zucchini, that's interesting.
It's really good.
It's definitely on the list when I come.
Mm-hmm. And then I got some pico, and then I asked for extra shredded cheese and extra queso fresco, which is just like this crumbly kind of white cheese that they put on stuff. I always get extra cheese because I'm always on the fence about sour cream, but a lot of the times they just put way too much on, so I just get extra cheese instead, because to me I would rather have extra cheese than too much sour cream.
That's me with some of the Chipotle's burrito bowls. Like sometimes I'll get the sour cream, sometimes I won't.
Yeah. I kind of just stopped getting sour cream altogether. And then I got extra habanero salsa, which is super spicy. Although I don't think they put a lot on. A lot of times it just gets mixed in with the rice and stuff, and it just doesn't. It's not as hot as you want it to be. But it was still really good, and it was really large. And then on top of that, because I'm not fat enough, my wife got a taco salad, and it was also extra loaded. And so I ate the rest of her taco salad too. But to be fair, Ed, their shells are amazing. They're so good.
Oh, I cannot wait to. Dude, that has to be the spot that we go to.
Yeah, and I mean, yeah.
You already know that I got money just waiting.
I know. The sad thing is, though, is that they raised their price a little bit, and it was like, yeah. I mean, it's worth it to me, but like sometimes it's like, man, like this burrito that used to be $8.99 is now $11.99. You know, it's kind of a bummer.
Yeah, I understand. That's a lot of places, dude.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I don't mind. I know what's going on. It just kind of, sucks the first time you have to do it. So, anyways, Ed, what are you snacking on?
So, I got a Supreme pizza from Pizza Hut Saturday after work. Get on me. But which is funny, Corey. And I'll probably gonna talk about this next time or Snacktendo. There was a thing called what pizza that you should eat depending on your sign as a astrology sign. And because I'm an Aries, mine was Supreme Pizza for it. And I'm just like, oh, okay. Cool. I continue like it's when I do Pizza Hut, I normally do like depending on what like the deal is, I'll sometimes forget just like Italian sausage and black olives, because I normally get that for Domino's too. But this one they were just like for like $13 you could get like one of their Supreme pizzas or a specialty pizza, a large. So it wasn't a bad deal. And then I brought like their 4-pack of drinks, Pepsi products, which is like $6 and stuff. So I paid like 20 something all together. But I normally get like some of their Supreme pizzas there from Pizza Hut. So, it was once again in the thing. I know that everybody don't like Pizza Hut, but I enjoy it.
Pizza Hut, gross. I'm just kidding. I just like to give you a hard time about the Pizza Hut.
But I tried the Oreo Neapolitan cookie which is really good. If anyone knows about grandma cookies, uh, the cookie itself has a particular taste. I know for these Oreos, they're just like we have a wafer flavored kind of cookie or a wafer cookie. It's not bad. It's really good. It really tastes like Neapolitan. I definitely enjoyed it. Definitely when biting into it, you taste a lot of the strawberry first before you get to the chocolate and vanilla.
Mm.
Um, but it's such a great cookie. I definitely enjoyed it. It is in the yellow packaging, so it's kind of one of their vanilla flavor kind of cookies. Their Oreos vanilla flavor cookies are bomb big. And I'm mad because I can't find a limit. I need to type. I need to message LeBron to be like, look, I'm gonna need you to send me these cookies from your state because I can't find them nowhere. They're not in Illinois. They're not in Wisconsin. I need these dang lemon flavored Oreo cookies. Um, but I went to Taco Bell today for lunch, and seeing that they had like chicken chalupa supreme. Um, wasn't bad. It was good. I don't know what was supreme about it. Maybe it was
Sour
more
cream and
chicken.
tomatoes. That's what makes it supreme at Taco
Oh,
Bell.
okay. Okay, I guess I was just like, I always thought that supreme like sour cream was in a chalupa anyway. Um, but it was like, man, the shell was good. Like it was just like nice and fresh. I'm like, okay, everybody's at all these other places for lunch. No one at Taco Bell. Let me run in and get it. Even though it was like $12 for the whole meal, I was just like, "Ooh, this is
Mm.
just like you. Ooh, this is up in price." But yeah, Uh, I think so I did have a burrito bowl from um Chipotle, but I think they offer that um other kind of chicken that we was talking about. So I think I'm gonna try something different when I get a burrito bowl next time, just to try it, just to see how it tastes. Cause
Mm.
I keep getting like they basic stuff, and I'm like, no, I'm gonna mix this up. I still like their burrito bowl over their burritos and stuff. So, but pretty much that's it. Had a vanilla fudge ice cream, salati. Um, had a bacon ranch, um, a bacon ranch hot pocket. Um, it's one of their new flavors, like and everything. Uh, and also got some PF Chang's fried rice that they sell at Target.
Huh.
Uh, yeah, I pretty much, they come. It comes with two bags. I heated up both bags, do everything on a plate. Realized that I had used the last part of the soy sauce for my last meal, and I was just like, yeah, when I go back to Target, I need to pick up some soy sauce. Um, that good old Kiko Moms, which continues to disappear. I'm like, dang it, why is everybody buying all the soy sauce up? So, uh, I'll go grab some. Dude, I literally now just start buying the Heinz big ketchup thing.
Mm.
Like I don't even like because when I get like Burger King or Checkers, Rallies for some people. Um,
It's rallies here.
okay.
In a
Yeah.
real state, it's rallies. It's rallies.
Don't.
Bacon, cheese,
Uh,
fries.
I want
Two
some bacon cheese.
drive-throughs.
Ah, goodness. I wonder why is because we did have a Rallies here that turned into Checkers.
I don't know, man.
Um.
It's the Carl's Jr. Hardee's situation all over again. Nobody really
Oh,
cares. I don't understand. It's
food
dumb.
is food.
It's stupid.
Uh, yeah, but I just started buying my own ketchup thing. So like, when I asked for ketchup and they only put like 2 packs in, I'm like, I got a large fry. This is not about to last. I'm like, you know what? Just give me my food. Get home, put it all on a plate, splurt all my ketchup on it, It'll be good to go. Now, I will say there's sometimes that I put the ketchup on the fries. Sometimes I make a pile of ketchup for me to dip in. With it. And actually, go before you say something, Corey. I actually went to my grocery store that's like really closer to me. They do have the Chick-fil-A sauce, but they had like Parmesan flavor. They had some of the other flavors there.
Oh, the Polynesian sauce.
Polynesian sauce, yeah. I'm sorry, I said Parmesan. I never tried any of their other sauces. Just the
Polynesian is just their sweet and sour sauce. Like,
okay.
Yeah, it's good. I mean, it's good.
Okay. I may pick some up just to do for like some dipping sauce and everything. Probably Friday I will probably do the filet. And make sure that I need 2 packs of mayonnaise. I need the chipotle sauce. I need the spicy chicken. I have learned they need to go on both sides. I need to rub the buns. And for everything gone. I gotta make sure that it's not grilled, because if they find out it's grilled, I'm gonna get yelled at.
You will. Grilled chicken. Jeez.
I love grilled chicken. I can't help it.
Nobody likes grilled chicken.
You don't like grilled chicken.
I love grilled chicken. But what I'm saying is that in every situation, somebody's going to pick like the chicken with the breading that's probably fried or cooked in some kind of greasy oil over the healthy grilled chicken, is my point.
Which is...
Yes. Hey, I'm just saying, I like grilled chicken as much as the next person, but I'm going to choose a Chick-fil-A spicy chicken sandwich every time over the normal chicken.
Now, that is very true.
I'm just saying, man. Just saying.
Look, the spicy chicken got flavor to it. They regular chicken that don't have nothing, no taste. I'm like, ooh, this is dry. I mean, it's not Culver's, but oh goodness. Man, Culver's in
I don't even know what that means. I don't even know that word. You're making stuff up now.
Culver's is a restaurant place here, and not the Shake Shack. Where was that Shake place restaurant used to be?
Steak and Shake.
Steak and Shake.
Gross.
Bomb Shake's food was good.
Dude, their food is not edible by humans. Milkshakes are good though.
Yeah. Can you believe that's one place that's somewhere that we agree? Shakes are the bomb. Food, not so much.
Mm-hmm.
Food, the food is the last resort when everything is closed. When Denny's is closed and Steak and Shake is open.
No, if you're still up when Denny's is closed, you might want to rethink some life decisions. That's all I'm saying.
Oh goodness, because man, I remember we used to hit Denny's. Used to be some Denny's that was 24/7, and we used to hit it like after a concert or something, or we would go out for Dave and Buster's and stuff. And be like, okay, let's hit a Denny's because we didn't really eat at Dave and Buster's, and we would get there, and sometimes the moment that we park and we smell weed everywhere, and some people look like they was on some meth or cocaine, we would get back in our car to leave because we were just like, this is not going to turn out in a good situation at all. So, but
Grand Slams now come with dime packs. Oh, sorry, children. That's an adult joke that your parents can explain that to you.
Yeah, but I will say there are the Denny's that was like really close to me. That was kind of by my Toys R Us job. We would hit on like Friday sometimes, like after work, or like my friend, she would be getting off of work, and we would hit there, and it when we get there, it started getting packed because there was also some kids from a Christian school who would come there. But every time we get there, it would get packed. And every time we went to a Denny's that was dead, it would get packed. It always happens. But and I'm not going to knock Denny's because I get their seasoned fries and their burgers are good. So I'm no knock against Denny's. I love them.
I haven't been to Denny's in like probably 15 years.
I don't even know if you have a Denny's because
There,
I
no,
think
there's one. There's one close to here.
oh, okay, because I think did we pass one up when we was going?
I don't know.
When I was
I don't know the answer to these questions anymore, Ed. You know,
okay.
I just work here. Okay, I just I just sit here to look pretty.
Oh, so pretty.
Oh, just kidding.
But everybody, that's has been Snacktendo.
Oh wait, no, hold on, Ed. I forgot to tell you. I forgot to
What?
tell you. Last weekend, I so my mom, like when she comes over to see the kids, sometimes she brings food and stuff.
Yes.
She brought these like really nasty looking breakfast burritos that you just throw in the microwave.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, they were like the best thing ever. Oh, dude, they're so gross to where like you open it tells you to open one side to vent the packaging.
Yeah.
And then when you pull them out of the microwave, they're like sticking to the plastic, and it's so gross. But then, like once you get the nastiness out of the package, like it tastes really good. So,
Oh, nice. Uh, Dang, I did also have some PF Chang's pot stickers. Mm, I prefer Fridays pot stickers.
hmm,
Like really like deep fried pot stickers.
hmm,
Cooking them in the microwave. Nah.
hmm. I'm really excited for this week because like my wife bought a bunch of like quote unquote simple meals for this
Hmm.
week because we're going on vacation, so we don't have any like real food. And she bought the good stuff, man. She's got the oven. She's got the like the Southwest egg rolls in the freezer. She's got the empanadas in the freezer. She's got like all kinds of good stuff. I'm like, why don't you buy this stuff more often? And then I look at my stomach. I'm like, oh, that's why, because I can't lose this on normal food, let alone this
you would
nasty
you
crap.
would you would literally Pac-Man all of that
Mm,
when you can.
gosh, dude, I got it, man. Southwest egg rolls, man, are just like the greatest thing ever.
Everything, dude.
Like Chili's Southwest egg rolls are like the best thing I've ever put in my mouth.
Oh, dude. Some bomb appetizers. Literally bomb appetizers.
Mm,
Um,
mm,
Now, I have kind of learned to drink that with a beer.
mm,
Or, I'm sorry, everybody. Adult beverage, I should say.
mm. That's
Um,
fine.
but
Oh,
now,
good times.
I now want Chili's with some baby back ribs at
Dude,
this time.
I'm so hungry because I didn't really eat when I got home because like I just so I've been dealing. Yeah, never mind. Well, I'll tell that story later. It's fine.
Uh, Everybody, it's time for playing with power. Great. What have you been playing with power?
Um, so I've been playing Death's Door still. I'm kind of saving the end for my vacation trip, so I can play it in the car. Uh, so hopefully I will have that finished. I will have it finished by the time I get home. That's
Okay.
There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I will have it finished, and we'll do our spoiler alert on it. Um, Destiny 2 still. I've been trying to finish my season pass. I won't go too much into detail on that because I'll talk about it on the Boss Rush podcast. But this weekend my nephews came over and we played kind of like a mixture of games. We played some ARMS, a little bit, not a lot. We played some Ninja Turtles, some multiplayer Ninja Turtles, and that game is way better when you're playing with people, even if
Ah,
they're your 7 and 9-year-old nephews, 10-year-old nephew. So it was really fun playing multiplayer with that. It's kind of what I needed for that game. Uh, and then we played some Smash, which I hadn't played in a while, and I definitely haven't played since the second real. I mean, I've played a little bit, but like really with the second wave of Fighter DLC.
mm-hmm.
And so I use this as a way to experiment with characters. Now, granted, I still played King DDD and Link when I was so what. We were doing free for all for a while, and I was using characters that I never used. But then I told them that they could do a team battle with them plus a computer character against me.
Mm-hmm.
And so when it was just like a free for all, I used it to experiment with new characters. I played as Ken from Street Fighter, hated that, but I'm not like an up close kind of guy.
Yeah.
Which Ken and Ryu and Little Mac all are just like the get up close and kind of get quick hits in and scatter, right? I played as Sora, which, like, as much as I love Sora in theory, Sora is definitely a character that you need to get, like, really kind of practice with and get used to.
Mm-hmm.
But then I played as Byleth from Fire Emblem, and I think she might be my new main.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I love her moveset. Like, there's this really cool, like, you know, in Fire Emblem you have the sword that kind of like detaches itself and kind of becomes like a whip or a chain or whatever.
Yeah.
It's cool because she has a move where she can attach herself to other players and pull herself towards them.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like, I found myself like attaching myself to other characters and then using my smash stick when I got there. So it was like a really effective kind of mobility move. It was really cool. I really like her moveset. Plus, she has a ranged attack. It almost feels like old school Link in a weird way, where she has the bow and arrow. She has like the hook shot equivalent with the sword, quick sword shots. So yeah, I really like her. I think if I play more Smash, I'm going to try to learn how to use her more in a more effective way. But then then when I was fighting my nephews and one computer player at level 8, I let them choose a level. I was like, don't go all the way up. And they go all the way up to 9. I'm like, no, we can't go all the way up, guys. They're like, how about 8? I'm like, fine, whatever. I used King DDD and Link. And it was the first time I ever saw Joker's moveset. Joker is like a weird kind of character where, like, I kind of forget sometimes that they actually implement moves from their proper games.
Yeah.
And Joker can use like the different personas to kind of fight for him, which is weird and cool, you know, weird in a cool way. I don't know any of the personas' names or anything, but they were doing some pretty big damage to me as Link.
Oh no.
But I still won. It's fine.
I know I still need to buy the second wave of characters.
Yeah.
Um,
It almost makes me want them to do more characters because there's just so many cool things. Like my nephew almost beat me because he was one of the Minecraft characters, and he was just playing it like he plays Minecraft, like a Minecraft survival mode, and like it's weird how all of the stuff he knows in Minecraft, he just started playing Minecraft in Smash Brothers and almost won because he knows how to like build and, you know, use different items to his advantage and kind of, you know, it was crazy, you know, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is nuts how much Minecraft is actually in this game, you know?
oh wow.
And remember, we talked a long time ago where they actually said they had to kind of rethink how to design all the levels when they decided to have Minecraft Steve in the game. So that was cool. And then my little nephew, like, he's obsessed with Pokemon, so he picked all the Pokemon characters. He's like, I could be Incineroar, I can be Pikachu, I could be Charizard. And he was like freaking out because he got to be all of his favorite Pokemon. So that was really cool. So yeah, and then yeah, that's kind of it. I mean, we played a couple other little things too. Like my nephew played Yoshi's Crafted World and Arms and, you know, stuff like that. So
yeah, it's funny that you mentioned Smash, because you just like you're not such an inside fighter, and I think that's why I love playing as Zero Suit Samus because she is, and I
Hmm.
think it's my history with Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat where you got to get in to make that connection. I think that's why when like Zero Suit Samus is my main, and then my second is Ryu.
Hmm.
And that's because I've been playing him on Street Fighter for years, since Street Fighter 2 on Super Nintendo.
Yeah, but
So it's just
you
like,
have that history with Street Fighter, and I'm sure. I mean, I'm sure the combos don't line up 1-to-1, but you know how to use that type of character. Whereas,
yeah,
like, I didn't play. The closest thing to a fighting game I played was like Tournament Fighter, Turtles Tournament Fighter, and I had no idea what I was doing, and uh, so like a fighting character for me doesn't make sense, because I don't play fighting games, even though I would love to, but I don't have that kind of time or commitment to learn how to play.
yeah. And see, if I do like a weapon kind of fighter, because I can't play Sephiroth or the Fire Emblems or even Link. I can't like really play them, and it's because of that dang old Devil May Cry.
Yeah.
Playing these action stylized games, it's just like they incorporate the fighting mechanic. So I'm going to be playing them where I need to make sure that I could get a combo on you. And it's just like I have to break that mentality and form a gameplay skill for Smash because it's not designed. This game is not designed in that way. Um, but I love the characters in Smash. You know, uh, but I'm gonna quickly jump into what I've been playing.
Do it.
So I played and finished Stray, with it. Uh, Definitely a game that I definitely enjoyed. I think it should go for indie game of the year for a nomination. I don't think it's game of the year nomination, worthiness of it. Um, and I'm not to say that the game is bad or anything because it's not. Great adventure and everything. Kind of don't like how they ended with how they ended the game, but I can see more follow up for this game. If not, I did like that it is a complete story. Um, but yeah, like the ending. Yeah, it could have been better, but I did enjoy Stray. I will say that. You guys go read Stephanie's review on bossfish.net. She reviewed the game on PS5. You know, great read, great review and everything. Um, Actually finished Aliens Fireteam Elite on Xbox. Finally got to beat the last portion of that game. Right now, I am a mechanic, like a healer kind of, and going through that, getting that character up in levels and everything. Still having online problems with the drops and everything. Uh, and there was once there dude so Corey, we was me and this other person was playing, and we had a third character, but somehow that third character just that third player just didn't join us at all. And so we got to a point of the level where we needed him or her to be there with us so we can progress. We killed some of the aliens, and there was a prompt came up where we were supposed to hit the button and we were supposed to start. Because he never came, the thing never prompts. So the game bugged out and it crashed, and we had to exit out. The other dude messaged me just like, I don't even think that other person was with us at all time. We don't know what happened. I'm just like, I understand. So not only did I had to quit that match, I literally had to quit the game
Hmm.
to get back in. I was just like, oh man. But I did finish it. I am playing more of it, getting more weapons leveled up, and getting the different classes and stuff leveled up. Started up Garden Story again from the beginning. Enjoying that. My plan is to finish that game this month. Um, Started up Zero Wing on the Sega Genesis Classic Zone, the NSO. This is the one that's famous for Your Bases Belongs to Me, the bad localization. Uh, thank God for the rewind stuff, because it's kind of like if you die, you hit. It's one of those where the level doesn't continue and your ship just arrived. It starts you all the way back. It does an art type thing, and I'm like, oh no, let me rewind. So I did beat the game using the rewind function for a lot of it. Definitely with what I had to go through, and I was. It's a waste of time. I was so disappointed in this ending. And
Hmm.
they make you play the like if you really want the true ending, because I just looked it up on YouTube, you gotta play the whole game over almost 3 times,
What?
or play it on a harder difficulty. I'm like, this is no, and the way that the game ends doesn't even correlate to what you see at the beginning of the game, like the cutscenes and stuff. I'm like, this doesn't even match up. What the heck? I'm like, oh no. So, uh, yeah, Zero Ring is it's a D minus.
Wow.
It's one Yoshi out of 5 Yoshi coins.
Wow.
um, Started up
Mhm.
Mega Man 1 on the Wily Wars. Also, really enjoyed that, having fun time with there. Um,
So
it has a
is that just like a port or is it like a remake ish thing?
it's a remake of 1, 2, and 3, because all the graphics are redone, and there's actually
Okay.
backgrounds you can see in there
Oh,
and
okay.
everything. So, um, now Xenoblade Chronicles 3, literally, it has become my Game of the Year nomination. Uh, and I'm at the point where I could switch classes. So what happens is when you switch classes, you get that character's clothing with that weapon. So they have different takes on everybody, and it kind of shows you everything, and uh, it shows you the characters who you could match with. It's a lot of systems in this game, but they're not too hard to uh comprehend or anything. It's really kind of like this system has it where everybody attacks like a chain. It's a chain attack. Everybody attacks, and once you reach over 100% with these characters, the person that you choose at the beginning would actually go and do their special move. And then sometimes you could bring that one character that you use back into it. Um, the battles seem to be quicker. Uh, it's kind of where you play as there's two warring factions in it, the Levians and the Agnes. I might be saying it wrong for the Levians. Uh, and you kind of wonder why you guys are fighting. And you kind of were born or created to fight. And after 10 years, you are, you kind of like sacrifice yourself so that you could go uh you'll be remembered as a hero, but you'll also um be collected in one of these machines that you use, and it's kind of like it like kind of recycles in a sense. But you get to a point where you meet the other team that you're gonna join with and be able to fight. And so it kind of reveals this story over there. Then there's some side stories. What's really cool about this one, I think, about this story is that you're able to you kind of don't have to really worry and manage the other teammates or anything. They all like really help you fight and everything. The story's getting interesting because now everybody gets to a point where they're all on common ground. Because everybody gets hypnotized by the true enemy or true enemies in the game, and they see you as the villain. And when they see you, you're like this gray smoke. So it's like to them you're evil, so they're gonna do their best to destroy you. Um, but there's a way for. I mean, of course, if there's a will, there's a way. Um, for all of that to get resolved, and I'm gonna go more into it. I really am enjoying this game. Like I'm putting hours into it. I'm already at 20 hours with this game. And I haven't there's so much side quest stuff that I haven't even done yet to jump in. Um that and it's part of the world that I want to explore. Like I can't wait to go in and explore more. And I think there's still stuff that I still have to unlock and find out. Um it's um the one of the weird things about it is like your armor set, how you get it, you have to um earn like more spots in order to get it. So you have to reach certain levels and for you to add more armor or accessories in this case to it to like really protect yourself. Um it does, I will say, it does the Kirby and the Forgotten Land kind of thing with some of the enemies where it looks like claymation in the back when they're moving
Mm-hmm.
because they're so far distance. But when you get up close to them, they start moving like normal speed.
Oh,
So I kind
they
of
did
realized
that. They did that in Metroid Dread too, where like enemies that in the background or that were farther away are
that.
they run at a lower frame rate to kind of prioritize the enemies around you.
Yeah,
So yeah, I mean that doesn't really bother me. I know
no, it doesn't.
sometimes it bothers certain people, especially if you're like, I guess when everything in front of you moves at 60 and then the things in the background run at 30, it's not as noticeable. But maybe if the game runs at 30 and the things behind you or further in the distance run at like 20 or something,
Mm,
maybe that's more noticeable. I don't know.
yes. So I'm definitely enjoying this game. I'm going to be putting more hours in. Hopefully, I could beat it by time Splatoon comes. Because people were just like, I can't wait till I hit level 70 or level 90. I'm coming back to destroy some of you big monsters. And some of the reviewers be like, you could be as powerful as you can. Still, when you fight some of the bigger enemies, they could do 2 or 3 hits and knock your whole party out. I'm like,
Right.
wow.
Right.
Um, but yeah, Xenoblade Chronicles 3, I think it's a strong contender for Game of the Year, um, for a Switch. Now, I feel like it won't show up at the Game Awards, but before I think a lot of people it is up there for Game of the Year. Could it take it? I don't know. Elder Ring is a hard one to beat, but we definitely shall see. Definitely for the Nintendo crowd and Nintendo community, this is the leading game for 2022 for Switch at this time.
Cool.
So, but that's what it with playing with Power Query. You got some show and tell for us.
Yeah, a couple things I do. I just it's been a couple weeks since we did this, so oh my gosh, I made the wrong thing. I have a longer keyboard now, and it's just kind of throwing me off a little bit. So as everybody knows, I've been trying to recapture my physical collection, plus some here, and snipper clips. I got snipper clips. This
Yes.
game is really fun. It was a launch game digitally, and then that November they released Snipper Clips Plus, which was a $10 upgrade to the digital version,
Mm-hmm.
or they released the physical version, which has it all in it. So, if you want a fun co-op game, this game is amazing. Also causes some headaches, but it's also super fun.
I have the physical version of it.
I love Snipper
Uh,
Clips so much. So yeah, I got that, and then I got Trials of Mana. It was on sale on Amazon, so I got that. I'm kind of actually really excited to play it. And then, of course, Xenoblade. Got Xenoblade. So
Yes.
that's my show and tell for the day, Ed. Did you get anything?
Just Xenoblade 3 is what I got in Stray. I haven't, um,
Boo. Next.
yeah, and besides Live Alive, um, I know I gotta get a case for my OLED, so when I go out, I can have a new case. I was thinking about it when I was going to Target, but like, I should get a new one for my OLED.
You should.
So, but with that, everybody, like I said, I don't have any show and tell. It's time for Femi News. Corey, take it away.
Yeah, so we don't have very much news today, Ed. It's kind of, I mean, even the last couple weeks, there hasn't been much news. I have a feeling that obviously it's Wednesday by the time this posts on podcast feeds. We're not covering the Pokemon Presents. There will be a Pokemon Presents kind of episode go up, probably, I will say, Saturday morning. I would love to do one, Wednesday or Thursday night, but we just do not have time. We just don't have time. So, we'll record a short episode. I mean, I think maybe even Lamont will be on that episode because we're recording with him anyway, so he gets to sit in on that. We will try to have you a small breakdown. Again, these Pokemon Presents and the Directs recap shows are no longer than probably a half hour unless it's a major Direct. So Saturday morning, I want to say, to be safe, Saturday morning you'll get it. So we're not covering that, but we do have a couple things, Ed, to talk about. Let's talk about some Mario Kart, shall we?
Yes,
it's time to head back to the starting line as Mario Kart 8 Deluxe's Booster Course Pack Wave 2. Man, this name for this thing. They could have just called it Booster Pack. They didn't have to say Booster Course Pack. Wave 2 is finally coming on August 4th, 2022. In a trailer dropped randomly on Twitter and YouTube, Nintendo announced that this wave will include 7 returning tracks and 1 brand new one. I'm so excited for the new track because we'll get into it in a minute. The tracks are as follows: New York Minute and Sydney Sprint from Mario Kart Tour, Mario Circuit 3 from the Super Nintendo, Snowland from the GBA version, Calamari Desert from N64. So excited for that.
Mm-hmm.
I love that track so much. Mushroom Gorge from Wii, which I saw a lot of love for. And Waluigi Pinball from the DS. There is one brand new course. Why did I not write that down? Hold on, I'm gonna find it. Mario Kart DLC. I'll go to Nintendo's website. To find the DLC name. Here we go. Well, it loads. Yeah. It's loading. All right, I'll just finish this real quick. This is the second of 8 waves of course DLC from Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, with 6 more due out before the end of 2023. What are your thoughts on this current wave, Ed? While I try to find the name of this new course. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Sky High Sundae. It's basically like a floating ice cream sundae buffet.
Which reminds me of the Kirby trailer that came out.
Oh man, yeah, the birthday cake one, or for the new kind of Fall Guys-ish game.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I can say I'm really looking forward to this because, of course, I don't play Mario Kart Tour, so I never played those tracks. I've never played Mario Kart on the GBA.
Oh, really? Super Circuit?
Yeah, I've never played it.
You're not missing much. It was fun.
I know Calamari Desert from N64 because I played that. I can't wait to see how this level looks because it was very blocky on N64 in a sense, But I can't wait to see how they redesign it and everything. And definitely hear the soundtrack. Um,
Oh, it's so cool.
Waluigi Pinball from the DS.
I hate that track
Uh,
so much.
I remember playing the DS version. I don't think I played a lot of this track though.
Oh, the DS
So
version of Mario Kart was my favorite until Mario Kart 8 came out. I think the DS version of Mario Kart is amazing.
I'm still a double dash.
Except for this track. This track was again playing it on a tiny handheld screen. Probably not the best way to play Mario Kart, but this track was just it was cool, but also awful at the same time. So,
Yeah.
uh,
So I will say because it's coming out this Friday, and so I can't wait to actually get into it and play it
mhm.
because I do want to go through all of these tracks, and just to see if they're fun or and get a little bit familiar with it. But I'm excited to give it a try. Uh, and like, if anyone wants to jump on that night or anything, maybe we will and have some good old fun. So I'm excited to play it.
Mhm. Yeah, I'm excited. So I only played through one pass of the Wave 1 DLC. I
Hmm.
wasn't I wasn't thrilled with it. Like there's a couple courses on here, right? Like Choco Mountain from N64 is really a really good course. I actually really like the China themed course on, I think it's from Mario Kart Tour
Uh,
from the first wave, but like,
I like the mall one too. I like the
oh,
mall
Coconut
course.
Mall,
Yeah.
it's fine. I know a lot of people like really love that course though. I know a lot of people have a lot of nostalgia for the Wii version of Mario Kart. So I'm not gonna like poo poo it too much, but I was not that impressed with the first wave,
Hmm.
because they didn't really add anything. Like, you know how the remade courses for Mario Kart 8, they did a lot of things to make them feel fresh and add the anti-gravity stuff to it and stuff. They didn't really add that to the first wave. And so with this new course that they're bringing in, I'm really interested to see how it compares to the courses from like the base game, and I really hope they do some work to Wave 2 on some of these other courses, right? Like I just wasn't that impressed with Wave 1, and it was kind of disappointing, because Mario Kart 8 is like the perfect Mario Kart, and to add courses is
Hmm.
awesome. Like they should be doing this to every course, but just like a basic visual upgrade to the courses, or it just kind of felt underwhelming to me. Not that they're like bad courses or anything, you know,
Yeah.
but it just felt like they didn't put the same. It felt like they didn't put the same amount of work into these courses that they did with the previous courses, if that makes sense.
Yes.
So I don't know. We'll see. Calamari Desert, excited for an upgrade. I'm glad they're putting a new course in here. I hope that means they're adding more new courses later. Our next story, Ed, is about Xenoblade Chronicles 3. Sorry, I'm making a timestamp here. Xenoblade Chronicles 3, the highly anticipated RPG from Monolith Soft, is a bona fide hit. After just 3 days, it already sits atop the eShop charts, beating out mainstays like Mario Kart 8, Minecraft, and Nintendo Switch Sports, as well as blowing by the massively popular Digimon Survive, which also came
Ooh.
out this week. I heard some things. People were not happy. Xenoblade Chronicles 3 was announced earlier at the February Nintendo Direct, releasing almost 4.5 years after its predecessor, with the world being more realized in a quote about 5 times the size of previous entries. Um, Ed, you're enjoying this. I'm glad to see
Yes.
that.
And
Go ahead. Sorry.
oh no, about to say, but yeah, this world is big. It
Good.
is big.
It should be. Uh, yeah, I said on an earlier episode that I think Xenoblade Chronicles 3 is going to be the game that makes this series mainstream. And there was an interview that came out later that said that Xenoblade Chronicles 3 is not the end. It's there, this is kind of wrapping up this storyline or whatever, because I know all the games are kind of connected. But they said that Xenoblade Chronicles will continue beyond this, and this definitely feels like a Fire Emblem Awakening moment, where it's not that this series was going to end if this didn't do well, but like it put it into the mainstream, and that this is kind of a bona fide Nintendo franchise now, right? Up there with Mario and Zelda and Donkey Kong. Xenoblade always kind of felt like an outside game that was kind of like peeking in the window, like, what are you guys doing in there? But this 3 kind of seems like it's going to really hit the mark, and people are excited for it. So,
yeah, I think it was ever since Xenoblade Chronicles came out, after even when Nintendo was kind of reluctant about it, I think ever since it hit America, they've been surprised on how well this game was received. Even when it came on the DS or the 3DS XL, and they were just like, yeah, we're putting it out, and people went and bought it. How 2 sold well, definitely with its DLC, and now seeing how this game is selling, even with the collectors and stuff. I think Nintendo realized that, hey, if people are looking forward to this game and they're going to support it, they're going to go out and support this game. And I think Nintendo was realizing, because people started buying up 2 and 1 and going back and playing those games. So that's business sense for Nintendo. Yes, that's more sales for them for this game. And I'm sorry Digimon survived, but Bandai Namco really messed this game up. And they messed it up not in the sense of what the game is, but I was talking to Dan from his podcast, Turn By Podcast, and he was just like, he went to go look to see where the physical version for Digimon Survive was for Switch, and could not find it anywhere.
We need to have him on soon.
Yeah, definitely would have him back. Turn by Turn podcast, everybody. Yeah. Sorry about that. And he was just like, really? I was just like, yeah. Corey, I went on Best Buy's website. I went on Target's website and even Walmart, and none of the retails had the Switch version. They had the Xbox version and PlayStation, but did not have not one for the Switch. So everybody who was showing the picture that they had it, they said that they pre-ordered it and everything. But even with the pre-orders, there was like some stores only got maybe 1 or 2 copies of the game for Switch. Yeah. And because
that's the problem with third parties on Switch right now, right? It's like it's cheaper and easier for them to put it digital only, right? And if they want a physical release, like we're seeing this with Doom Eternal right now, right? Where you're really telling me Bethesda can't afford to print that game on cartridges, but it's cheaper for them to sell it digitally and then go through limited run to have some sort of special version of it, right? And to collectors, that kind of stinks. It's just hard to see these third party games go that route, and I think a lot of third party games are going to become rarer and rarer on the Nintendo Switch because they don't want to pay for the bigger cartridges to print their games on. If they do, it's going to be some sort of limited run capacity.
Yeah, one of my friends in Hawaii, he's just like
Hawaii.
Yeah, in Hawaii, his partner ordered the game, pre-ordered it for Best Buy, and Best Buy couldn't even deliver it to him. So I don't know what I don't know how Bandai Namco would mess this up. I'm like, why is PlayStation and Xbox got their physical versions, but you guys don't give the sub? You already know people will buy this game on Switch, and it's nothing about competing with Xenoblade. It's more of people are going to spend $120 on Friday for this game.
Hmm.
You know, they people want the Switch version, like, and I think what's going to end up happening is that they're going to probably resolve the issue distribution issue, and then try to pack a lot of that in stores. But at this point in the time, it's just like y'all missed out on some really good money because I don't know who bought it for PlayStation and Xbox
Yeah.
for this game.
Yeah. I mean, I don't
But
know.
like but Xenoblade, every people been showing off their collection of the game. So Nintendo know that yeah, they probably got some good digital sales, but Nintendo knows that this game probably has been selling like hotcakes physically,
Hmm.
you know. So people have been going to stores, and I think retail depends on Nintendo Switch at this point in time because they know that if people are going to pre-order that physical version to come pick it up, that's that's good business for that retail store. Meaning they're going to get people coming in to pick up their copy, so they're going to receive those sales and everything
Yeah.
uh, with it. Or people going to walk in and be like, "Oh, they got this. Bam! I'm going to take it to the front."
Yeah.
So, congrats to Nintendo for this. Uh, Bandai Namco do better? Question mark.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I've been trying to scoop up a bunch of third party games before I get the first party ones because the first party ones are a lot easier to find.
Yeah,
Uh,
but the third party, yeah, I
I
gotta
mean,
try to
but
look for some scoop 'em up.
to that extent though, like like you can't find Xenoblade Torna at all
Mm-mm.
anywhere. Like unless you want to pay like $100 for a copy, and I'm like, I'm not doing that. I
And
want it so bad, and I'm like, the sad thing is like I had it, I owned it,
yeah,
and when my daughter was born, like I went through this like freak out session where like I got to get rid of my physical games because she's going to be the one child that wants to swallow these things,
right.
and so I got rid of all of them out of panic, and I really regret it. And I didn't have.
And,
I mean, I had a lot of physical games too.
the, the funny thing is, like, if you can find it that's out in the wild and everything, you literally have to go to somewhere. And maybe I'm not saying that's far or out of state, but you literally got to go somewhere that you would think no one is paying attention to this stuff. And
Yeah,
at this point in time, that's kind of hard to do.
yeah,
Because trust me, a lot of Xenoblade Chronicles 2 and a lot of the DLC, nobody was caring for at Target. Now you try to go to Target to find that mug and it's gone. Like,
hmm,
wait a minute, no one was caring about this.
yeah.
Why can
Like
I not find this game?
the physical copy on Amazon right now is actually on the cheap end at $80. So
Oh.
you know. Anyways, uh, that's it for the big news stories, Ed. We do have some smaller stories for the wrap up that I can feel your eyes rolling from here. If that's okay.
No, go ahead.
Fortnite is obviously no stranger to crossovers, and the latest one seems like a no-brainer. WWE superstar and actor John Cena has joined the massive roster of character skins, complete with multiple looks, emotes, and more. He joins Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson as the second wrestler to join the island, and most likely won't be the last. I hear this season is all WWE themed, so also The Rock is not The Rock in Fortnite. He's the one of the heroes called the Foundation in this season. So check that
I
out.
heard he got booed at a movie premiere. The Rock.
I don't know. I didn't hear that. speaking of crossover games, Ed, this one's more of an eye roll. WB Games Smash like Multiversus is adding 3 new characters, including Rick and Morty as separate fighters, as well as the classic WB character LeBron James.
Shade. You're just so shady.
Yeah. That classic Warner Brothers character, LeBron James. Don't get me wrong, I like LeBron James. I think he's a great basketball player, but gosh,
Yes.
dude, just LeBron has joined the open beta already. Rick joined today on August 1st. And Morty will join at a later date. The open beta has already hit Xbox and PlayStation, though no word on if the free-to-play platform fighter will be available on Switch once it hits the 1.0 release. So
Switch is not getting the game.
yeah, I mean, I feel like anybody who wants a Smash-like fighter at this point, if you own Switch, is gonna play Smash.
Yeah.
Although I hear this game is actually a really competent Smash clone. It does a lot of interesting things. I mean, like, I hear it's a great game, but the way they're monetizing it seems a little ridiculous. But it's an open beta, and they're selling $100 version of this game.
Oh no, lies.
Yeah.
Shout out to Austin Campbell, host of Scramble Rambles. He was live streaming it on his Twitch channel Saturday, and I was watching it. And it looks fun. It looks a little bit floaty, or it feels a little bit floaty. But he said it wasn't. So shout out to him showing it off. I'm like, oh, that's okay. That's cool.
Yeah. Like, it's interesting, but like, I don't care about any of these properties, right? Like, I don't really care about DC Comics. I definitely don't care about the Looney Tunes. I don't really care about. I really don't care about Scooby Doo. I definitely don't care about Game of Thrones. So, like, I mean, I don't care about Rick and Morty. So I'm not gonna play if I want to play as LeBron James, I'm gonna buy NBA 2K. So I mean, it's a cool. It's a cool thing. Warner Brothers just has a lot of properties that they could probably utilize and don't. So I guess this is like a cool way to do that. So
yes,
yeah, but that's it for the wrap up, Ed. Like I said, it's pretty slow the last couple weeks for news. Also, I know there are other news stories, but they just seemed really minor, and I just didn't really feel like they needed to be a part of this show. So Ed, back to you.
Well, everybody, we're gonna do something different, and we're not gonna have a doc mode this episode. We're actually gonna go straight.
Do we want to explain that, or like kind of what we talked about earlier?
So we're going to be switching it up for some episodes. So there are going to be times that we don't have doc mode because we got a lot of questions for question block. And if we feel like we don't really got that many questions, or some of the questions feel like we already answered, we're going to have a doc mode for it. Because it really wasn't such a big news week. We didn't have information on the direct. We kind of been talking about Switch's fall lineup for the past few weeks and month and everything on the Special Pass. So we kind of been doing a lot of sometimes some of the same stuff over and over. So I just figured out that we get people's questions. We could use that for question block, but we also could get a question that may seem really good that becomes doc mode. So you guys send in your questions on our Twitch, not Twitch, on Twitter at Power Block Podcast, and on Discord. Like, we would love to have your questions, and maybe one of your guys' questions or one of the listeners' questions may become a doc mode where we have a bigger discussion with it, and we'll definitely give you credit and a shout out for it. Yeah, but because this week, I was just working. Wasn't even. I was thinking of, man, what can we talk about for Doc Mode? Like, just nothing was hitting me at this time because there really wasn't no big news. It was really just like, oh, everybody's playing Xenoblade and showing their love for it.
Hmm.
And that was good enough for me. I think for a lot of game stuff, it's not really kind of big unless you're Jim Ryan for Sony? Question mark. I don't know. Um, but uh, yeah, we just didn't. Just not going to have a doc mode this episode because we got some really great questions.
We do.
Uh, so, Corey,
Yeah.
take over a question block.
No. Okay. So we have 3 questions tonight. David Wayne Nystrom has written in 2 questions, and Deshaun Malone has written in 1. So we're gonna start with David. What is your favorite Mario sports game? What sport is next to be covered, and what features would make the best Mario sports game? Well, I think I'm going to take this one first. Sorry, Ed.
Go ahead.
I kind of feel like basketball is a game that should be covered, and like I know it's technically not a Mario sports game, but NBA Street V2 on GameCube had like a Mario team, and they also had this weird Square Enix crossover. And like I think a basketball game would be really cool, like a 3-on-3 basketball. And the DS had Mario 3-on-3 hoops, which also had a weird Square Enix team in it too. But yeah, I think basketball would be awesome. 3-on-3 basketball, basketball is really popular around the entire world. So, I mean, if they're trying to find a sport that's super popular, like basketball would be it. What features would make it the best Mario sports game? I think you could just give each character their own kind of not move set, but like statistics and gear, kind of like Mario Strikers does, and certain, if you give them better shoes, they run, a little bit faster. Or you could even do the NBA Jam stuff too, where like you could have turbo, and that'd be cool. You get the announcer in there too, right? Like the NBA Jam announcer would be kind of funny. But I just think that would be cool. I would really love a basketball. I love basketball. I love watching basketball, and I've like I said, I'm a really big fan of NBA 2K on the Switch, and to have a Mario sports game would be awesome. What about you, Ed?
Okay, so my favorite one would be Super Sluggers. Because it's just a fun baseball game, and I thoroughly enjoyed it, just playing it on the Wii and having fun. I didn't really enjoy Mario Golf or Golf on the NES at the time with Mario being in it.
I like Mario Golf, but like this new one didn't really do much for me. I really like the GameCube version of Mario Golf. Is still the best. Toadstool Tour is still the best Mario Golf. It had mini golf in it, man. How can you not like a game with good mini golf? I'm just saying, it had a really great mini golf.
The next one, I feel like I do want to play volleyball. A Mario volleyball, but I also kind of want to play a kickball game with the Ring Fit or something. To get some kind of exercise or something. Yeah. But I would love. I talked about this, that I played volleyball in high school, my junior or senior year. So I would love to definitely be able to play that, definitely with the Joy-Cons, to get it like a kind of a good workout. And the features I think that would make the best Mario sports game. Outside of online play, I really think that there should be tournaments where you can I'm not saying. Well, and Nintendo could do this if they feel like it. Like you enter a tournament, and the best who gets it gets like 500 coins for their eShop or
Mm.
something. Um, I will. I feel like that would make it kind of like people would get into it and be ready to play because I'm like the features and everything. Of course, it's gonna be like, oh, what's the power up or something, or oh, they're gonna cap Mario. He climbed up the like
The way the way you said they're gonna cap Mario just sounded really funny.
uh, but like I think I would love to have a like tournament sponsored by Nintendo or something just to get it out there to be like, hey, we got this going, and the team who wins they would get $5 or 500 gold coins in their eShops to spend on games or something.
That'd be
Like I
cool
think,
to like you said, tournaments to win like real like gold coins to use in the eShop. That'd be like a really interesting twist on that. Because it's not
yeah,
like it's not like real money, right?
hmm
It's all free. It's you could probably sell a couple 100,000 copies by incentivizing people to play the tournaments, right? Like,
yeah.
I think I actually am surprised like Splatoon doesn't do this more often either.
Yeah, because Splatoon got that like hamburgers versus
Yeah, like
Tug meat.
Splatfest.
Yeah, the
Like
Splatfest.
whatever team wins, like everybody gets like I don't know 200 or 300 gold coins, like $3. I mean, it's $3, but like that's a pretty cool thing to do, I think.
Yeah, and Nintendo would get that money back because it's just really used to exchange for games.
Hmm. Yeah, and
You know.
you could like depending on how many copies of the game sold, you could kind of like work that into the cost of the game too, right? Like, okay, well,
Hmm.
if we sell this many copies of Splatoon 3, like we'll give out this many gold coins this Splatfest. Or, if we reach this milestone, we'll increase it by 100 gold coins or something.
Yes.
You know, they could totally do that. Oh man, that's such a good idea. Nintendo, that's a free idea.
Yes. So.
Splatoon should have a season pass where you buy it for $10
Oh,
and then you get cool Squid Kid outfits.
can I tell you? I would pay just like what Mario Kart did for on Wii U. How it was just like $13
Hmm.
or $12 for all of that content.
Yeah.
I would pay that. I would pay $14 or $15, or even if they want to do 20, fine, take my $20. But $20 for a whole year of content,
Hmm.
and get it where if I pay early, I get the content way in advance before it hits Nintendo expansion,
Yeah.
or it goes or anything like that. Like I get it a week ahead of the expansion pass. I would do that.
Mm.
I would pay $20 for it.
Mm. Don't give them any more ideas that cost money.
It's
Although
this
I'm shocked that Splatoon does not have some sort of Fortnite battle pass.
exactly.
Don't worry, when Nintendo catches up to everything 10 years from now, they'll do that, and then the whole world will move on to something else. Uh, uh, David asked another question. He says, "I have another question on a totally different topic. Octopath Traveler is, in my opinion, the best game on the Switch." Ooh, hot take. It has since been brought to other platforms, but also received a pseudo prequel spin-off title, Octopath Traveler: Champions of the Continent. The game is a mobile game with minor gacha system included. Do you think Square Enix, Team Asano, or Nintendo have interest in bringing the game to the Switch? Should they, and would you play it?
No. So they don't have interest in bringing this to it because they're already planning on Octopath Traveler 2 coming to Switch. Should they? Once again, no, they don't need to. Would I play it? No, I wouldn't because uh, Square Enix and Nintendo have so many great other RPGs, JRPGs that if anything that they do mobile, they're going to keep on mobile or they're going to close it.
Mm-hmm.
They just closed what's that game, Corey? Um,
Live Alive?
not Live Alive. Nintendo. It was a mobile game, and I cannot think of it.
Uh,
Dragon something. Dragon.
oh, I know what you're talking about. I know the Dragon RPG that
Yeah.
actually did really well for them in the beginning, and then it just kind of fizzled out.
Yes.
I think their
Uh,
only mobile game now is Fire Emblem and Pikmin, I guess.
yeah. Fire Emblem and Pikmin is the only ones. Oh, and Animal Crossing.
What? Oh, the
Pocket Camp.
yeah,
So,
gross.
and Mark. Yeah. So really, just Fire Emblem and Mario Kart Tour are the
Oh
only
yeah,
ones.
Mario Kart Tour. Wow, I forgot. I forget. So like, man, if
And
the
Super
next.
Mario Run still.
Mm. By the way, if Nintendo does not do a Mario Kart Tour style game for the next Mario Kart with like cool outfits for everyone and like
I've been
events,
hearing. Yeah. Go ahead.
I'm like, dude, that's so cool. Why don't we get that in Mario Kart 8? And I'm like, oh yeah, because it's a Wii U game and we just get the.
I've been hearing a lot of stuff. Oh, hold on. I can before we go on. Someone posted this on Twitter because of Xenoblade Chronicles 3. It said, I hope in the next FPS game that after you kill somebody, you come out with a flute and you play it to relieve them as they leave. Because in Xenoblade Chronicles 3, you see your soldiers and you are someone who's setting them off by playing your flute and everything. And so it's when I read that, I fell out laughing because, like, can you picture a first person shooter that you get like headshot and then you are the flute player and you come in, you play a flute and your team gets a point. That's the way you only can get points by
Wow.
sending them off with the flute thing. I'm like, that would be interesting, but yet that would be the most hilarious thing.
No comment.
But
Technically, in Destiny, you can there's a flute emote that you could buy like a year ago. Technically,
I should look at some Destiny streams for people who play Xeno. How
oh
they
no,
do it.
oh no. Uh,
Uh,
anyways, this game, I don't know. See, I liked Octopath Traveler, but I didn't love it. I played, I don't know. I played like 10 or 15 hours of it. It was fine. Like I like the art style more than I like the game itself. I think
mhm.
some of these other games that have come out since then with this art style, like Live Alive or you know, the Dragon Quest 3 remake that's coming, seem more interesting. The thing is, like, I didn't really care for triangle strategy either, and I thought I was gonna love it, and I just didn't. I think it was probably because there was like a lot of talking, and I'm like, I just want to go strategy this this game. Uh, but I don't know. I wouldn't put it past them to put it on here, but I don't think they're going to, just because Square Enix has such a clear mobile strategy now, right?
Mhm.
And they seem like ever since they dropped the western part of their company. What are you doing over there, Ed? You chomping on rocks over there? What's going on? Oh my gosh. Uh, they ever since they sold their Western division, right? They just kind of feel like it feels like they're running on all cylinders and really making smart decisions in where they're
Mhm.
putting their games. The only thing that's left to put on platforms is the pixel. What were they? The
Final Fantasy Pixel Remasters.
Yeah, the 1 through 6 remasters. All that's
Yeah.
the only decision that they haven't finished. So, let's once they get those there and like some other games like oh, by the way, did you see Tactics Ogre is coming soon, by the way?
Yeah, but they haven't officially announced it
No, but it
though.
was rated in Australia this week.
Yes.
So, pretty excited for that. So, would I play it? I don't know, probably not. I'm not a big Octopath guy. I wanted to. Like I like remember when it was showing off, that art style was so distinctive and so cool.
Yeah.
But I think the game is prettier than the game plays, so I don't know.
I I think because of Brody default and recognizing that gameplay, I'm just like, okay, I'll give this game a try. And
Yeah.
I'm like, it's cool.
I mean, it's not a bad JRPG. It's just like a super intense one of those games, right? And I just didn't have the time or the kind of like the I don't know, maybe if I went back to it I would like it more. I just at the time when I played it, it just wasn't grabbing me.
I wonder how well did it do on Xbox.
I don't know because it was on Game Pass, so it didn't probably sell any copies.
Well, I mean, I'm not even worried about it selling copies on Xbox. I'm more concerned like, did anyone play it on Xbox?
I don't know. And it's funny because like the PlayStation audience is like clamoring for this game because it hasn't made its way to PlayStation yet. I wonder if they'll do like some big kind of special edition for PlayStation. Because I mean, that game seems like a PlayStation game.
Can you see? I'm just now thinking about it. This is actually the reverse, and both of it. This is this is Square Enix and Atlas. So Persona 5 and Persona 5 Royal, PlayStation 4 and 5. And then it's not going to be released on Xbox, but also released on Switch. Octopath Traveler releases on Switch.
Yeah.
Comes to Xbox. Now, I wonder if it's going to come to PlayStation 4 and 5.
It'll come to PlayStation at some point, I think. So, all right, Ed, our last question of the night comes from Deshaun Malone. Oh, my gosh. This mouse. He writes in and asks, what do y'all think of the rumor that 2023 is going to be bigger than 2022 in terms of first-party releases? I believe it. I mean, if you like, of course, this could all be outdated by next week if there's a direct. But like Zelda, right? That's already bigger than anything that's come out this year, right? I mean, no offense to Xenoblade or Bayonetta or even Pokemon at this point. I mean, Pokemon's big, but in terms of sales, it's definitely going to do better than Zelda. But you know what I mean? Like, I feel like with Zelda, the rumored Donkey Kong title, which probably isn't coming out this year, a new Fire Emblem, whatever happens with these Metroid remasters, potentially like any sort of Zelda port, like next year is going to be huge for Nintendo.
Yeah.
Plus like 4 or 5 more waves of Mario Kart DLC. The Mario Rabbids DLC will probably come out next year. I'm sure every game that was announced for Switch that's coming out on the consoles the rest of the year will be delayed into next year. So, like, Hogwarts Legacy will be great next year on Switch.
I feel like, Sakurai's new game probably going to be announced. There's a possibility of Astral Chain 2. Like, Platinum Games could be doing something with Nintendo.
Yeah, that Project GG is supposed to be announced early next year or at the Game Awards. That follow-up to Beautiful Joe and Wonderful 101.
Cannot wait for that. Wait for it might have something. I'm talking about as in after Advance Wars. They may actually have
Advance
like
Wars
DLC.
Probably won't come out till next year either.
Yeah. Nintendo might be working with some more indie developers to bring out games. Like, we may get a Box Boy and a Box Girl, like 5 or whatever.
Well, you saw that the Crypt of the Necrodancer team is teasing a new release.
Yeah, I just seen that.
Which would be cool if it was a Cadence of Hyrule 2. Just throwing that out there.
I wonder if Nintendo would literally be sneaky and saying and getting a time exclusive published Shovel Knight 2.
Because they're working on Mina. And,
I know that.
And Shovel Knight, what's the one? Not Pocket Dungeon. It was Pocket Dungeon's the one that came out.
Yeah, Pocket Dungeon.
Shovel Knight Dig will probably come out next year.
Yeah, but like
Yacht Club's too small, man. They're not going to be making 2 games at once. They're working on Mina. I would love to see Mina come out next year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think Nintendo. I'm just saying, as Nintendo gives them money to make this game, they probably have enough money to hire more people.
I don't think Nintendo's giving Yacht Club any money. Sorry.
But I mean, to get that exclusive on it, Nintendo would be like, we would love to upgrade your staff to get this game.
Yeah, they're not doing that. Sorry to bust your bubble, Ed.
I know. I'm just saying. But what if they did?
I mean, it'd be
Like,
cool, but you're just giving me false hope here. So I'm gonna.
well, I have to give you false hope. I'm just saying it's an if. It's a gender checks an if.
Hmm.
Um, but we probably still, Mercury System might have something, um, like a Super Metroid remake, or Mercury Steam, I should say. They may have something with Nintendo, and Bandai Namco and Nintendo got something in the works. What it is, I don't know
You
yet.
know, it'd be really cool, actually, for Nintendo to do with Bandai Namco, and I know like it's not going to be exactly the same,
Hmm.
because I doubt they would get From Software to work on it, even though I know they're working on their next game. But like something I've always been really interested in would be like a Dark Souls style game set in Hyrule, like a dark Hyrule, like maybe the dark timeline where Link dies.
Hmm.
I always
That
thought that
would
would be
be.
really interesting. And we've talked about it before on this show, and I've talked about it on other shows before, but I think that would be really cool.
Hmm. Well, they wouldn't go with Bandai Namco. They would go with Koei Tecmo because of Neo. And
Yeah.
I kind of feel like Nintendo has associated the Zelda franchise now with Koei Tecmo.
Mm, I don't know. I mean, I was just
And
spitballing.
I oh no, I agree with you. I would literally be interested. That would I if Koei if Bandai Namco said, "Hey, can we get the Zelda franchise because they technically were the second company to work on the Zelda, no, the third company to work on the Zelda games, or use Link, I should say. The CDI was first, Capcom was second, I think, with their case. Anywho, that's another story for another day. Um, I think Bandai Namco would be able to do that. I think Nintendo would allow them to. I don't think
Hmm.
that they wouldn't pass it up. Be like, yeah, if you guys want to make a game exclusive for us, would you take the Zelda where he dies and what happens with this, or create a character or whatever in the Hyrule. Uh,
It'd be cool. That'd be cool to play as Ganon in his quest for the Triforce after Link dies. That'd be cool.
that would be cool. Yes.
His quest for
Uh,
power, and maybe that's like his quest for power is ultimately how he like comes undone, right? For the next hero
mhm.
to take over or whatever, or like maybe the bosses are like the seven sages or something. I don't know.
Shoot. I always wonder, does Anuma think about that?
I
Thinking
don't know.
about,
I
or
doubt
the
it.
Zelda team
I
think
doubt it.
about,
They just
well,
thinking
yeah,
about making the next Zelda game 7 years from the time from the last one.
it is true. Uh, but that would be an interesting thing. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Anyways, not that I'm like a huge Souls fan either or anything, but it just that always like intrigued me.
Yeah. Uh, Maybe F-Zero we may get next year. I don't think that 2023 is going to be a big year just yet until we actually see some proof. So we actually get some, like, we got to get some unexpected games from Nintendo first party wise. Not because of the stuff that we're excited to see and waiting for release. They got to pull stuff out of the woodworks, because trust me, if them mugs say, "Oh, here go Golden Sun remake 1 and 2,"
Hmm.
I can already just see Ray and a whole bunch of other people online lose their minds.
Right now, here are the notable releases for 2023: Advance Wars, Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild 2, and the Super Mario Brothers movie. Those are the notable
Oh,
Nintendo releases for notable events: E3 2023, Nintendo Treehouse 2023. That's it.
Yes. So, I don't think it's gonna be big just yet. We just gotta see.
Can we finish 2022 first?
Oh, good
Just
movie.
Just gonna throw that
If we
out there.
do finish,
Can we finish this year first?
If we do finish it, can we not get any more game releases? It's just some dates because of Nintendo clowns the rest of the year. I don't know what to do.
Right. Anyways, that's all the questions we have, though, Ed. I'm gonna throw it back to you.
And everybody, that's gonna be it for Nintendo Pop Block. Corey, where can we find you?
You can find me at I am Corey HC on Twitter and Instagram. You can find me on the Boss Rush podcast and Expansion Pass and other things here.
Yes, you guys can find me on Twitter at ThatVertical and on Instagram, and on Discord.
Look, guys, it's almost 1 o'clock in the morning. Okay, we're
tired. You can find also some of my writings on bossrush.net and check out more of Nintendo Power Block on bossrush.net and on our YouTube page, bossrush.net, Bossrush Network. Dang it's late.
Get us out of here.
On and Expression Pass. But thank you guys for joining us once again. Happy birthday, Grayson. We are on vacation next week, summer break. We're going to be just enjoying our time away from making content. We're going to rejuvenate, relax, and when we come back, we're going to have a lot to talk about: snacks, games.
I got all that vacation food to talk about, Ed. So,
yes,
to make Snacktendo like 3 hours long.
Yes. But with that, everybody, have a great week, have a great weekend, and we'll see you next time on Nintendo Power Block. Bye, everybody. Woohoo!
Bye.